right. That's
a mess for sure.
That's the latest. I-40 eastbound.
Well,
Like some
we're zooming in. Not really. Maybe you can tell. I can't tell. You know, the good thing involved in this, too, is the driver's not injured.
Good.
There's no injuries, but there's a lot of stuff laying on the road. Whatever it is, it's going to take a while to clean up.
All right. Jim Gardner over the scene, and Bob Mills, Sky News 9 again. I-40 eastbound, blocking the Kilpatrick exit, or on-ramp, if you will, right at...
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh, Jim, nobody was ready for that. Before I read this New York Post article, can you guess what was all over I-40? Did you see what was in those boxes? Did you see what was printed on the side of those boxes? If you couldn't see the items on the freeway, on the interstate highway, if you couldn't identify the items in the street, could you see what was printed on the side of the box? Jim, why did you get a close-up of that? So if you didn't see what it was, well, yeah. New York Post. Breaking news from this morning. Truck believed to be full of sex toys overturns on Oklahoma I-40. I see you blushing over there. A local news station's traffic broadcast has gone viral after a semi-trailer full of what was believed to be lubricant and dildos flipped on an Oklahoma City highway. Boy, we're gonna have to this is gonna have to get the 18 plus rating on this particular video. I have a feeling we're not gonna be able to put the whole show out on this one. Traffic on Interstate 40 near Mustang on the western fringes of Oklahoma City was brought to a halt on Wednesday when the truck reportedly transporting personal lubricant and sex toys flipped. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's Hillary. A local news station's traffic broadcast has gone viral after a semi-trailer full of what was believed to be lubricant and dildos flipped on an Oklahoma City highway. Traffic on I-40 near Mustang on the western fringes of Oklahoma City was brought to a halt on Wednesday when the truck reportedly transporting personal lubricant and sex toys flipped after colliding with another. Possibly also containing similar items. Its load was strewn. Its load was strewn over the motorway, sending KWTV's News 9 quickly hovering to check it out. Who is writing this? While neither knew at the time what had spilled over the road, morning anchor Lacey Lowry and the station's helicopter pilot Jim Gardner began to engage in what would become some hilarious banter. Yikes. Gardner said the semi had overturned and lost its load. Lowry then responded, asking Gardner if he could tell what he's carrying. Well, it's all over the road. Jim took his time to respond, zoomed in as we saw, and yeah, whatever it is, it's going to take a while to clean up. While the contents of the trailer were never actually confirmed, it didn't stop minds across the world from going straight to the gutter. Hugely popular American sports, Barstool Sports, shared the clip. Tractor trailer full of dildos and lube flipped and spilled over a highway in Oklahoma, tweeted drawing millions of views and thousands of retweets. I mean, let's be real, folks. What the fuck is that? That's the weirdest looking microscope I ever seen. I'm just saying. But yeah, so there's that. And last but not least, just to share some of the mindless humor that is at least as much mindless humor as we possibly can. We're going to go from mindless humor to simply mindlessness. Again, back to Laura Ingraham. Literally calling out white supremacy and I would use the word bigotry, but simply hate, or rather hate speech, defined on Fox News. And you know, I edit this show too. Sometimes I say stupid shit, or sometimes there's crazy noises, or you know, horrible shit that happens in the background. You don't know what happens behind my camera, and you don't know what happens outside of these walls right here. But believe me, it's a nightmare, and sometimes it feeds in, and so we got to cut the show sometimes. You'll see those little jump cuts, you know, where a chainsaw will be up here and then over here looking about something. But that's just all part of the YouTube magic, right? A movie magic or whatever forum you're listening to this on. But you know, rest assured the corporate media does the exact same thing, and I'll show you exactly how they use that as propaganda tool. Now your boy Chainsaw tries to tell it straight. If I say some crazy bullshit, I'll try and leave that in and at least give you the caveat that I may have misspoke. I believe I did that earlier here, but I don't know. Been recording this broadcast for a little while, so it may or may not have made it to the final cut, but I'm assuming it did. But Fox News uses it in a little bit of a different form and fashion. So let's take a listen to Laura Ingraham's comments regarding President Joe Biden's public speaking, if you will, just as a perfect example to end the show on here.
More moment from Biden today. Sounds a little bit like Ibram Kendi. Watch.
Silence is complicity. We can't remain silent. For in silence, wounds deepen.
Kids, get off my lawn.
This was probably a much less appropriate time to use that than whenever I said it earlier. It was much funnier. Just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who you think used that in a more humorous tone? Me or Laura Ingraham?
Now is saying if you don't affirmatively state your allegiance to these far left ideals, then you are also essentially a domestic terrorist. That's where that is going.
Keep in mind, she's talking about the party who at their own rallies, what was it, the CPAC, where they had the giant sign that said we are all domestic terrorists. But let's capture that one more time, just so the folks in the back can hear it loud and clear.
He really now is saying if you don't affirmatively state your allegiance to these far left ideals, then you are also essentially a domestic terrorist.
Now, what exactly are these far left ideals that Laura Ingraham is referencing here? Because she's seen the whole clip. And I got some good news for you, folks. Your boy Chainsaw also has the full clip.
Enough. We need to say clearly and forcefully, white supremacy, all forms of hate.
Sorry. I had some shit in my ears. Could you say that one more time?
Enough. We need to say clearly and forcefully, white supremacy, all forms of hate fueled by violence have no place in America.
Okay.
Fair to call it out as complicity. My dad would say, if your silence is complicity, we can't remain silent.
Oh.
There's those who say we bring this up, we just divide the country. Bring it up, we silence it instead of remaining silent. For in silence, wounds deepen. We have to face the good, the bad, and the truth. That's what great nations do. And we're a great nation.
Gotcha. So Joe Biden was talking about white supremacy.
Kids, get off my lawn.
So Joe Biden was talking about white supremacy, and Laura Ingraham refers to it as...
Really now is saying if you don't affirmatively state your allegiance to these far-left ideals.
Far-left ideals. So speaking out against white supremacy is a far-left ideal. And with that, I think that's all we have time for today. Listen, I want to thank you for sticking around for the whole show. Sorry it's not coming in full, but that last piece is definitely gonna get we'll be lucky if that doesn't get the whole freaking channel removed or something ridiculous. But listen, hey, if you like the show, if you like what we're doing here, if you like my cool hair, the gnarly purple lights, or this awesome caricature behind me there of your boy Chainsaw, feel free and leave a comment, smash the subscribe button. If you're watching this on YouTube, great. We're going to try and make this show once again available in podcast form, because that seems to be like the cool thing now. All the cool kids are doing it. And since we're no longer on, public radio, and we don't have any cool, crazy deals with, any other broadcast companies or anything like that, all self done here. So, we might as well make it as available as possible in as many different forms as possible for ease of access to the information and just to get the word out there. There are a lot of shows where I got significantly larger crowds. We're looking to obviously build that. I'm looking to add some folks to the team. So super excited about that. See how things go in the coming weeks here. And as we get a little bit closer to election time, I'm really super excited to see a lot of good folks out here in the state of Missouri, their time to shine. But listen, that's if you like the show, again, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at ChainsawCCC. Do not forget, again, this is independent media, folks. We are all 100%, mostly self-funded, but now very little. We have one, unless you count my newfound vaping habits since I quit smoking cigarettes, like some sort of degenerate, after like 20 some years or whatever. We have the one sponsor who sponsors my vaping habit, of course, and is a great, fantastic place to get to all of your Sebe Day needs. But otherwise, we literally have one Patreon subscriber who I love dearly, but we could use some more. So jump on patreon.com/ChainsawCCC and leave your boy Chainsaw a tip. The bigger the tips, the bigger the tips. But just supporting the show and keeping me, keeping my shit together and keeping things in line for us and moving us on to bigger and better things and allowing us to create more, first of all, a more consistent show, more consistent broadcast schedule, but also to build on to bigger and better things, especially as we get nearer and nearer to crunch time. And I'm not even really talking about, this November election. I'm talking about 2024. As far as crunch time, because we're going to need all help we can get here, folks. Every single one of us. So keep your boy Chainsaw's purple lights on. Jumping in at patreon.com/ChainsawCCC. Follow me on Twitter, and we'll catch you on the flippity fling flong. Rock and roll.